On this episode, a product that will help you avoid late-night rear-end collisions, and it won't break the bank. Hi, it's John and welcome to Cycling on a Shoestring. Thank you very much for watching. And if you saw my last video on the Evolva front light, which you can watch right here, you know that I recently went back to commuting. It's got warmer here in Alberta, so I can get out early in the morning. And I get out very early, 3:30 a.m., so it's pitch black when I get out on the roads. And I bought a new front light because I wanted to see what was coming up in front of me. When I'm on the road, I'm more concerned about what's behind me, and particularly at night, I want to be seen. So I wanted to get a new tail light, something that wouldn't break the bank, something if you're cycling on a shoestring, right? So we came across this one for $29.99 on Amazon, the Onvian Smart Bike Tail Light. It's got some really interesting features on it, and it's got an ingenious way to put it on your bike. So let's do an unboxing here, and then you can decide if this is something you want to buy if you're cycling on a shoestring. Let's take a closer look at the light. So here's the box, the Onvian Smart Bike Tail Light. Got some icons on the back to show you the different things that it does. And we'll show you what it does in just a moment, but let's get it out of the box so we can take a good look at it. And we've got our instruction manual here. We'll get the light out in just a moment. All right, so we've got a little strap for your seat post, because it does have two different ways to put it on your bike, and one of them is on the rails on your saddle, and we're going to do that in just a minute. We'll show you how that works out. Let's see what's in the package. Got a few little things in here, pretty typical stuff. You've got a micro USB cable, a tiny one. You probably have a million of those, right? And a tiny little Allen wrench for putting it on the rails on your saddle, and then these two little red clips. Now, I was looking at this when I looked at it online, and I never noticed them when I looked in the package, but I think what happens is these go right in here like this. And they snap into a little hole in there, so when you put it on your bike, they snap on like that. So that's basically how it goes. And you've got these little rails, and you just tighten it up from here. Again, we'll show you that in just a moment. So let's move this out of here. We don't need these things anymore. We're all done with those. We can take a closer look at the light. So there you go. Now it's got 4 different lighting modes on it. Now, I'm not sure if you can see it, but in the middle, I'm going to let it pop up again. You're going to see some little blue lights come on, and hopefully you can see that in the light. I'm going to try to zoom in a little bit, so I'm going to get a little bit closer on it so you can see that. And hopefully you can see those little blue lights come on. Now, there's 4 of them, so it's at 100%, or basically between 100 and 75% of its power right now, and then obviously 75, 50, 25, and you recharge it. It can charge on your computer. Just plug it into the wall as well. But that's basically where those little lights go. Now you saw it go off, right? It's got automatic off on 2 of the settings. So on this flash and the next flash, the next set of lightings, which this is called the breathing mode, as you can see how it's a little bit different the way it flashes, it will go off after 30 seconds. So when your bike isn't moving, it goes off. Once you start riding again and it senses motion, it comes back on. So pretty fancy there. So we'll just wait and you'll see it go off once again. Now this one also has a brake light on it. Okay, so when you stop, it automatically brightens up and a light comes on, a brighter light comes on for 3 seconds. And hopefully we can test that out when we put it on the bike. I'll try a little bit later and see if the brake light actually works. Now the other thing I haven't been quite able to figure out on this one is it senses light as well. You see the light went off once again. So again, that's the breathing mode. Now in this particular mode, it'll just continue flashing. And then it's got a solid mode as well. So you've got 4 different modes you can have it on. We'll put it on a regular flash like that while we're doing this, so you can just take a look at it. Now it does have some type of light sensing technology in it. So basically, if you were to look at what it says on the Amazon posting, in fast flash and breathing flash mode, those are the first 2 modes. The flashlights will auto turn on when they detect any movement or vibration, and will auto turn off when there's no movement or vibration within 30 seconds in low brightness. And the flashlight will auto turn off in high brightness as well. Now, I don't know that we can test that, but apparently that works as well. They say it's good to about 150 meters. So that is something that you'll probably have to see if you're out on the road. I'm not sure that this is going to be a great light if you're trying to use it as a daytime running light, you probably would see it a little bit, but not likely in a bright day. I do have a Bontrager light that I use for a daytime running light, and you can watch the video. You'll see it pop up on the screen just above me. But that one really can be seen in bright daylight. I don't know that this one will. You can test that out yourself, but I think this would be a terrific light for at night as well. Now, as far as time, how long is the light going to last without recharging it? Well, let me just go through the modes here again. In this mode here, they suggest that it will work for 50 hours. In the breathing mode, it'll work for 40 hours. In this mode, it'll work for 40 hours. And on solid, it'll work for 20 hours. So you're going to get a lot of light out of this one on a single charge. But I think it's a pretty clever little light. And again, we'll test out the brake light in just a moment. I'm interested in seeing that. So let's see how this works. And what you basically do, it's all made out of aluminum, by the way. It's really nicely made. You just screw this off like this. And on the inside, that's where you charge it. You can see where you plug in the micro USB. And then if you want to put it on this just screws on here. And you're ready to put it on your bike using your seat post. So you've got the two options. I'm interested in this. I think this is a pretty cool idea. I think it's going to look really good on there. And I've seen pictures of some bikes with those on it, and it looks like it's going to be really nice. But a very well-made light, really stretchy here, so you can fit around a lot of different seat posts. And again, it's all aluminum, other than the lens here itself, which is plastic. Good at night, great at night, I'm sure. Probably not so much for a daytime running light, but you can ride it in the rain because it is IPX6 rated. Don't immerse it, but no problem getting it wet in the rain. Let's see what it looks like on the bike. There's a close-up on the back of my saddle. I hope we can maintain focus through this because I'm going to have my hands in and out of the shot, but we'll put the light on. And as you can see, I put those little red clips on there already just to save some time. They just fit on the inside of the bracket itself that goes on the bike. And hopefully we can fit this on there. Yep, and I'm using the same tool that came in the kit, but you probably have one of those in your house already if you want to use them instead. I would suggest that if you're putting this on your bike, you probably have to put it on this way, not flipped over. You probably couldn't get a tool up underneath there to get it in and on your rails, unless you have a big saddle, and this isn't big enough. It's pretty tight in there. I can't imagine it would even fit. So we'll see if it goes on there nice and tight. Snug it down just a little bit. Just give you an idea of what it looks like. And there you go. Flip on the light. And what a great way to put a light on a bike. I absolutely love it. Now, I would say that if you have a saddlebag you normally have on your bike, this will likely get in the way unless your saddlebag hangs down below it. But if you're looking for a way to put a light on the bike, I can't think of a better way to do it. I love it. Now, for people who want to do it the other way, pretty simple. You probably have lights. If you have a light, you can put it on the seat post of your bike. Here's the seat post one. It's got a pretty stretchy little strap on it. Takes you seconds to put it on. You just unscrew this, screw it in there, and off you go. You got two different ways to put it on your bike. Loving this, just loving it. I think it's a great way to put a light on a bike, and I'm very pleased with the light. And let's see if I can get the brake light to work by giving this a little whack. There you go. So the brake light works as well. Fantastic. I love it. Well, there you go. It's the Onvian Smart Bike Tail Light. I think it's got a lot of great features. I love the way it attaches to the rails on my saddle. And if you're looking for a budget light, $29.99 Canadian, probably less in the United States if you're on Amazon. I think this is a great, great deal if you're cycling on a shoestring. Thanks a lot for watching this episode of Cycling on a Shoestring. If you liked it, please give me a thumbs up. You can also click on subscribe and, of course, hit that bell so you get notifications of upcoming videos. I'll see you next time on Cycling on a Shoestring.